I don't even know what number video this is right now, but I am 38 weeks pregnant now. There we go, there's my large bump. And today I'm going to be talking about alternative therapies. So obviously this is my first baby. I can't tell you exactly what works in labour or what doesn't work because I've never personally been through labour myself. But one thing that I've been interested in throughout this pregnancy is hypnobirthing. So if you're researching it yourself, you've probably found local classes, groups or one-on-one sessions. A lot of them can be fairly costly, quite a few £100s. So I decided myself to research what else there was out there. Podcasts, there are loads of those, but I found myself an app called Freya, which I actually found is really, really good. It's £2.99, let's be honest, absolute bargain. And in there are loads of meditations, there's positive pregnancy affirmations as well. So the idea is of an evening when you're having yourself a bath or something like that, relaxing, you kind of listen to this with the music in the background, and it's meant to kind of soothe you and be a really integral part of the first part of labour. Now the other thing it does is measure your surges, which is really important to know when you should be calling the hospital, and most importantly when you should be going in of your labour. So that's another thing it educates you on. So that's kind of like the hypnobirthing side of things in a nutshell. The other thing that I wanted to talk about today was insomnia. So when you get to, I think it's around about 30 plus weeks pregnant, they say that you tend to get pregnancy insomnia. Now it is a nightmare. I was getting 20 minutes sleep at a time, which, let's be honest, when the baby comes, you're not going to be getting any sleep anyway. So you want to at least be able to sleep before the baby's here. So I was having a bit of a nightmare with it up until a couple of days ago. But I've been looking through podcasts, and one thing that really helps me at least relax is I found somebody that does ASMR. So basically this new technique is all to do with whispers and noises and pronunciations, and basically the science of it all to get your brain to kind of go and relax. And it does work. I find it works anyway. And one guy that I found really good, I listen to at night, he is doing a podcast called Sleep Whispers, and he does anything from, sounds really mundane, but talk about his holidays, what he's been up to, or read you a story from Hans Christian Andersen. But I honestly think it just does something to your brain. It's really weird and helps you to definitely relax. So find yourself a podcast that kind of helps you. Find yourself something to do with ASMR. At least research it and give it a go. Some people find it a bit weird, but I found it so good. So another thing is acupuncture. Now I've got a local lady to me, do inbox me if you want her details, who charges, I think it's £40 a session. So it's basically a half an hour session. You go in there, she finds out what's wrong, she treats you for all different types of things. So for me, I'm going in for two reasons. One, because of my insomnia, and two, because I wanted pre-birth acupuncture. So basically it's meant to be a natural alternative. A lot of midwives tend to really rave about this as well, because if it doesn't involve kind of medical intervention, then it's always going to make their job a lot easier. So basically I've been going in for pre-birth acupuncture. It's meant to, well, the scientific kind of term is ripen your cervix so that you basically go on time. And even if you are past your due date, you can go in, and apparently, like magic, just by sticking pins in this part of the hand, it can induce your labour. So really interesting. So I went along, had a half an hour session with her, and she basically said, right, what's the problem? So they stick, I think this is for all of the acupuncture to do with pre-birth, they basically concentrate on your thighs and your legs and your feet. This isn't for you, by the way, if you don't like needles. I just have to point that out. But it doesn't hurt, and she will literally feel parts of your body, find those pressure points, and kind of just tap the needles in. So she did that kind of on my legs. And then to do with sleep, I believe it's to do with head. So I got some pins put in my sort of forehead and my head. And I have to say, the moment she did it, I felt totally relaxed. Some wave of relaxation came over me, and it was literally incredible. And then she said, do you want to be on your own, or, you know, I can sit with you and talk to you? And I just sort of chilled out in the room by myself with some nice relaxing music and lighting on and all the rest of it. And it was a really nice experience, and kind of felt really nice, weirdly as that sounds. And that night, I got a whole 7 hours sleep. It was absolutely incredible. So I cannot tell you how good I think acupuncture is. So that's my other recommendation for you. And if you just don't want to have the synthetics of the drugs for induction, again, something that I would highly recommend. Obviously, I don't know, I may have to have that at some point, but I'm trying my best to kind of keep it natural, I guess. And speaking of which, I haven't got any makeup on today, and this was my other thing that I wanted to talk about, was beauty treatment. So I'm in the last 13 days before I'm due to give birth. And obviously I could go early, I could go late, but one thing I would say is don't put your life on hold. Just keep making appointments, keep doing stuff, whether it's, you know, it's lovely and sunny today, going out for a walk, whether it is just going out for a coffee with a friend, with your mum, with your family, or whether it is booking in a beauty treatment. I've had a facial done today and I just feel like absolutely my skin feels brand new and really radiant. And obviously, again, it's something I don't expect I'm going to have time for when the baby comes along. So it's one of those things that I'm kind of tricking myself now, making myself relax now. And yeah, hopefully it'll stand me in good stead basically for when he's here. So I'm just looking at my little notes now. I think that is pretty much everything I had to say. I just had to go through it at a super fast pace. So if you've got any questions, do always comment on the videos. But hopefully I'll be making another one. These days are going so quick before I actually give birth. But yeah, if I don't, I will be making some. I'll be going on making some afterwards as well. Fingers crossed anyway. But do comment, do like, do subscribe. And yeah, thank you for watching.